Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new David Gilmour studio album, Luck and Strange. First off, just some fast album facts. This is the 5th solo album by David Gilmour, released today on September 6th, 2024, through British Grove Records, and it's Gilmour's first solo album since Rattle That Lock from 2015. Time for John's 5, my top 5 favorite songs from the new album. Coming in at number 1, I'm going to go with Luck and Strange. Bit of a Pink Floyd reunion here on the title track to Luck and Strange, featuring work from Richard Wright, Floyd keyboardist who passed away in 2008. The song emerged from a near 14-minute jam session, and after a brief album opener here with Black Cat, this song does a fantastic job of setting the stage for what would go on to be a very consistent record. You know, this track is ambient, it's soothing with gripping guitar work as well, so far and away my favorite song from the new album, the title track. Very strong stuff here. Luck and Strange coming in at number 1 on my list. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to go with Scattered. Excellent album closer here with incredible use of orchestration. You know, it feels subdued yet bombastic at the same time, and clocking in at nearly 8 minutes, this track feels like an epic, you know, with some of my favorite guitar work on the whole record, as David plays both acoustic and electric guitar solos, and then the album ends on the lyrics, "Time is a tide that disobeys, and disobeys me, it never ends," which, you know, for an album that doesn't have the strongest lyrics in the world, that is some pretty deep, introspective stuff to close out what very well might be, and I hope it's not, I hope he continues to make new music, but very well might be David's final studio album. For number 3, let's go with Between 2 Points, a really great cover here of the Montgolfier Brothers, featuring David's daughter Romany Gilmour on lead vocals, and Gilmour had said in an interview that this cover was meant to diverge from the original but keep the spirit, and if that was the goal, then they did a fantastic job here. I love the touch of having Romany on lead vocals. She has a great voice, and it makes for an interesting contrast from, you know, David Gilmour's vocals on the rest of the record, and David still manages to put his own spin on this, his own stamp with a weeping guitar solo to close things out. So really stellar cover on here, one that I was very much interested in hearing. It was released as a single, and I wanted to hear it within the context of the record. Great, great stuff coming in at number 3 on the list. Number 4, we have The Piper's Call, the lead single for the album, and it's a track that I've had the most time with, you know, because like I said, it was the lead single. It's been out for months now, and like I mentioned, this album is very consistent, as are Gilmour's distinct, almost angelic vocals on here. The lyrics aren't some of the album's best. I mean, I still cringe at the line, "Whatever it takes, steer clear of the snakes," which, you know, I still cringe, you know, just like I did when I first heard it on the single, but, you know, this track sparks one of the album's best guitar solos, in my opinion, which is just classic Gilmour through and through, and as a matter of fact, I wish the solo would have gone on a little longer, but fear not, this record is full of, you know, stellar guitar work from one of the greatest of all time. And rounding out my top 5 here, I have to go with A Single Spark. Again, the lyrics on this album are probably its biggest weakness. Polly Samson is not one of my favorite lyricists, but A Single Spark boasts some of the best and most reflective lyrics on the entire record, as Gilmour tackles the complex topic of the nature of life, all topped off with a really spacey guitar solo by David. This is just the kind of album, you know, you put on and you just close your eyes and kind of get lost in it, and this track is a fantastic example of that. All in all, this album gets 9 out of 10 stars from me. Wow, what a great record here. This is a mature, incredibly well thought out, consistent, soothing, atmospheric, spacey record from top to bottom. Every song maximizes its time on the record. There's not a single skippable track here. Even the shorter tracks like Black Cat are amazing compositions, and David Gilmour is a true master of his craft, you know, reaffirming that here as if he had anything to prove at this point, but, you know, still, great record, again, very consistent, and I mentioned before that it's so easy to get lost in this album here and in David's playing. You know, at 78 years old, we're still so lucky to have him making music, and, you know, again, I don't know if it's going to be his last album, like I said before. I hope he continues to make music, but this is his final album here. If this is the last one, then what a way to go out, and I don't think it would be recency bias to say that this album holds its own against some of his best solo work and even some of his Pink Floyd material, as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's very guitar-centric and melodic with, you know, superb orchestration, and you don't get to make an album like this unless you're a 60-plus year veteran of rock music, and, you know, Gilmour delivers here in spades. This is, for me at least already, a top 3 rock album of 2024. We'll see where it ends up on my year-end rankings when all is said and done, but, you know, I was expecting an album full of traditional Gilmour tracks here, but nothing on this record sounds like paint by numbers David Gilmour. They all sound really fresh and fleshed out. The material is, you know, definitely very matured as far as I'm concerned. You know, definitely seems like it was fleshed out over a long period of time. I mean, we know it goes back as far as 2007 at least with the jam session with Richard Wright in Gilmour's barn, but, you know, the Pink Floyd nerd in me really enjoys that, and, you know, for an album like this, you know, for a 78-year-old man and David Gilmour, who, again, has nothing left to prove, to make a record like this speaks volumes to just how talented he really is. So I guess, Roger, now it's your turn. So that wraps up my review of the new David Gilmour album, Luck and Strange. Like I said, 9 out of 10 stars, one of my favorite rock albums of the year so far. Very high on this record, and I don't think it's recency bias to say it's one of its all-time best works, and my copy should be arriving in the mail today. Very excited for that. Can't wait to keep listening as well. Right now, it's probably in my top 3 favorite rock albums of the year, but that could always go up as, you know, time goes on, as I listen to it more, but listened to it a lot since it dropped last night, and I'm enjoying it very, very much. So just wanted to share my thoughts here, give my review on the new Gilmour record, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss a new upload, and let me know down in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on Luck and Strange? Do you enjoy it? Is it one of David Gilmour's best solo works? And how do you think it compares to some of his all-time best stuff? I definitely want to hear from you. And until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.